Not long ago, I saw something that stayed with me. At a busy coffee shop, an elderly cleaner accidentally bumped into a well-dressed executive's table, spilling coffee everywhere. For a moment, I thought the man would lose his temper. Instead, he paused his important call, helped steady the cleaner, and even picked up the spilled items. That simple act spoke volumes about his true character, more than any title or accomplishment ever could. Have you ever wondered what truly defines a person's character? Is it their words, their achievements, or something deeper? Our nature isn't revealed in grand gestures, but in the small, unnoticed moments, when no one is watching, when things don't go as planned, or when power is at play. In this video, we'll uncover 7 key observations that reveal someone's true nature. Inspired by Stoic philosophy, these timeless insights will help you understand others better while reflecting on your personal growth and emotional resilience. If you're ready to transform your perspective, like this video, subscribe to Stoic Narratives Official, and let's begin. 1. How they treat those who can't benefit them. Let me ask you this. How do you treat someone who can do nothing for you? Do you see them as invisible, unworthy of your attention, or do you treat them with the same kindness and respect you would give to someone influential? This is one of the most powerful indicators of a person's true character. Imagine this. A waiter forgets your drink order during a busy dinner rush. The way you react in that moment, whether with understanding or frustration, reveals far more about who you are than any well-rehearsed words or public image. According to Stoic philosophy, the essence of character lies in how we act in everyday encounters, especially with those who hold no power over us. Seneca once said, "Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you." This timeless insight highlights that true integrity is consistent. It doesn't fluctuate based on status or self-interest. It reflects who we are when no one is keeping score. A story comes to mind. At a coffee shop, an elderly cleaner accidentally spilled some water near a business executive. While others ignored it, the executive paused his important phone call, helped the cleaner steady himself, and even picked up the spilled items. In that brief moment, his small, unforced act of kindness revealed a deep sense of humility and respect. Now, consider the opposite, someone dismissive or rude to a server, a receptionist, or a cleaner. This behavior often reflects insecurity or a lack of empathy. Stoic principles remind us that how we treat others mirrors how we view ourselves. If we value human dignity, we extend it to all, regardless of their ability to benefit us. This idea is as practical as it is philosophical. Every day, we encounter opportunities to practice kindness, greeting the janitor, thanking a delivery driver, or simply offering a smile to a stranger. These moments, though small, define the foundation of our personal growth. Epictetus teaches, we are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. In the same way, we must approach interactions with clarity and compassion, rather than judgments based on social hierarchies. Ask yourself, how do I treat those who cannot advance my career or solve my problems? The answer may reveal not just how others perceive you, but how aligned you are with your values. By practicing mindfulness in your interactions, you build not only stronger relationships, but also a more resilient, peaceful mindset. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. So the next time you encounter someone who seemingly has nothing to offer, pause. Choose kindness. That simple act may transform not only their day, but also their character in profound ways. 2. How they handle small inconveniences. Life is full of minor frustrations. A wrong coffee order, slow internet, or an unexpected delay can test our patience in ways we often overlook. How we respond in these moments says more about our true character than how we handle grand challenges. Think about this. Have you ever seen someone explode over something trivial, like being stuck in traffic or receiving the wrong dish at a restaurant? Their reaction reveals a lack of emotional control, a key aspect of Stoic philosophy. According to Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This insight reminds us that the external world isn't what disturbs us, it's our perception and response to those events. I once observed 2 people stuck in the same airport when their flight was canceled. One grew visibly agitated, shouting at the staff and complaining to anyone who would listen. The other calmly accepted the situation, sat down, and began looking for alternatives. In that moment, the difference in their characters was clear. The first person allowed stress to dictate their actions, while the second embraced resilience and found a solution. Small inconveniences strip away our social masks and reveal our inner workings. Anyone can maintain composure when things are going well, but true character emerges when the unexpected happens. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. So, how can we apply this in our daily lives? Start by practicing mindfulness. When the barista hands you the wrong coffee or traffic slows you down, take a deep breath. Instead of reacting impulsively, ask yourself, does this inconvenience matter in the grand scheme of things? Often it doesn't. Another way to strengthen your resilience is to view these moments as opportunities to grow. Every irritation is a chance to exercise patience, self-control, and emotional detachment, core principles of Stoicism. Seneca reminded us that difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. It's also helpful to remind yourself that your reaction affects not only you, but also those around you. Losing your temper over small things creates tension, while remaining calm inspires respect and even admiration. People are drawn to those who handle life's curveballs with grace. Ask yourself this: how do you typically respond to inconveniences? Do you let them ruin your day, or do you use them as stepping stones toward personal growth? The choice is always yours. In life, the small things often reveal the biggest truths. By mastering your response to minor frustrations, you not only cultivate inner peace, but also demonstrate a level of emotional resilience that others can learn from. And that, my friend, is the mark of true strength. 3. How they spend their time and honor commitments. Time is the most valuable resource we have, yet so many of us waste it without realizing its true worth. How someone spends their time and respects their commitments is a profound reflection of their true character. It shows what they value, how disciplined they are, and whether they live with integrity. Let me ask you, when someone makes a promise, do they follow through? Or do they consistently run late, cancel plans last minute, or neglect their obligations? These small actions reveal much more than words ever could. Seneca says, "We're tight-fisted with property and money, yet think too little of wasting time, the one thing about which we should all be the stingiest." This powerful reminder urges us to treat time as the precious currency it is. I recall a colleague who always arrived 5 minutes early to meetings, no matter who it was with, whether the CEO or an intern. When asked about it, she simply said, "Everyone's time is valuable." That simple philosophy demonstrated not just punctuality, but also respect and discipline. Contrast this with someone who frequently shows up late, making others wait. This behavior doesn't just signal poor time management, it reflects how they view their importance relative to others. But it's not just about punctuality. How we prioritize our time also speaks volumes. Are we investing our hours in things that align with our values, our family, health, growth, and purpose? Or are we letting distractions, procrastination, or superficial pursuits consume our days? The way we spend our time is a mirror of what truly matters to us. Stoic philosophy reminds us to guard our time fiercely. Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This isn't a call to fear mortality, but to live intentionally, treating every moment as an opportunity to act with purpose and mindfulness. So how can we apply this in our daily lives? Start by honoring your commitments, no matter how small. When you say you'll meet a friend or complete a task, follow through. Each fulfilled promise builds trust and strengthens relationships. Simultaneously, learn to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. Time is finite. Not everything deserves a piece of it. Ask yourself, how do I treat my time, and how do I treat the time of others? Do I respect commitments, or do I let distractions and excuses take over? These reflections can guide us toward greater personal growth and self-discipline. Remember, time is the foundation of character. Every moment wasted is a moment lost to build a life of purpose, integrity, and meaning. Use your time wisely, and you'll not only honor yourself, but also inspire those around you. 4. how they act when no one is watching. True character is revealed when no one is around to witness your actions. The Stoic principle teaches us that integrity is not a trait displayed only in the presence of others. It is formed in the moments when we are by ourselves, with no reward or recognition to gain. Imagine a scenario where no one is watching. Do you still act in alignment with your values, or do you choose convenience over doing the right thing? Marcus Aurelius, one of the most profound Stoic philosophers, beautifully captures this sentiment with his words, "What we do now echoes in eternity." This means that even the smallest acts, like returning a shopping cart, picking up litter, or speaking kindly in private, create a lasting imprint on who we are and how we interact with the world. When we make the right choice in these unseen moments, we are not only building personal integrity, but we are also honing our character. The true test of our principles lies not in what others see, but in how we behave when no one is watching. This is where Stoic teachings truly shine. It's not about external validation, but about mastering our inner life. These seemingly small actions serve as stepping stones toward a greater, more authentic self. Think about how you act when you're alone or in situations where no one is likely to notice. Do you still choose the path of integrity? For example, when walking through a park, would you pick up the trash that others leave behind? Or, when you're at work and no one is watching, would you still give your best effort? These everyday situations offer a powerful opportunity for personal growth and self-reflection. When no one is around, do you still show respect to others? Do you show gratitude even when it's not asked for? These actions, however small, are what build the foundation of your true character. According to the Stoics, our ultimate goal is not to gain praise from others, but to live according to nature, which is aligned with virtue, self-discipline, and wisdom. It's essential to ask yourself, who are you when no one is watching? This question is pivotal in understanding your moral compass and integrity. The real measure of who you are lies in these quiet moments, when no one notices and there are no rewards to gain. So next time you find yourself in a situation where no one is watching, remember that this is where your true character is shaped. Will you choose to take the high road, to be true to your values, or will you falter? The Stoic path teaches us that these are the moments that matter most. Keep in mind that every action, no matter how small, sends ripples into eternity. 5. How they handle power. Power, in any form, is a double-edged sword. It can either corrupt us or refine us. In Stoic philosophy, true strength is not found in the accumulation of power, but in how we wield it. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, teaches us that power is a tool, a responsibility, not a privilege. It is how we use our influence, whether in a leadership role, a personal relationship, or in the smallest interactions, that reveals the depth of our character. Think of a leader you admire. What is it about their use of power that sets them apart? Is it their ability to remain calm and just, or do they use their position to dominate or control? Stoicism emphasizes that power should never be wielded to inflate one's ego or subjugate others. Instead, it should be a means of service, discipline, and respect. Power should allow us to act with virtue, make decisions that serve the greater good, and inspire others through our actions. When faced with authority, many people are tempted to abuse it. Whether in the workplace, in family dynamics, or public life, power can easily cloud judgment. However, the Stoics remind us that true power lies in self-mastery. It is not about controlling others, but controlling ourselves. By cultivating inner peace and clarity, we can remain steadfast and make decisions that align with our values, even when the temptation to act out of pride or self-interest arises. Take, for example, a boss who is respected not for their title, but for their humility and fairness. This leader does not demand respect, but earns it through consistent, compassionate actions. They don't use their position to belittle others, but instead empower them to grow and succeed. This is the essence of Stoic leadership. Recognizing that power is fleeting and that our true strength lies in our ability to remain grounded and humble. How do you react when you are given power, whether in small or large doses? Do you use it to elevate others, or does it begin to define your sense of worth? These are the questions that challenge us to live by Stoic principles. Power can be intoxicating, But if we are not careful, it can lead us away from virtue. A Stoic leader recognizes that their role is not about personal gain, but about fostering a culture of integrity, wisdom, and justice. By practicing self-awareness, we can learn to navigate the complexities of power with grace. The Stoics advise us to regularly examine our actions, to ensure that we are not swayed by external circumstances, but guided by our inner moral compass. This practice of constant self-reflection enables us to wield power responsibly and use it to build rather than break. The Stoic approach to power is simple. Wield it with humility, self-control, and respect for others. Power should never be used for personal glory or dominance. Instead, it should be a tool for service, for encouraging growth, and for making decisions that are in alignment with virtue. By following these Stoic principles, we can navigate the challenges of power with integrity and become leaders who inspire rather than oppress. 6. How they deal with criticism. Criticism, whether constructive or harsh, often feels like an attack on our character. In today's world, where public opinion is louder than ever, learning how to handle criticism is a powerful skill. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca all stressed the importance of maintaining inner peace and clarity when faced with judgment from others. To them, criticism was not a reflection of one's worth, but an opportunity for growth. When criticized, what's your immediate reaction? Is your first instinct to become defensive, or do you pause and reflect? The Stoics teach us that how we respond to criticism reveals our level of self-control. Criticism often triggers our emotions. It stirs up feelings of anger, shame, or frustration. However, as Stoics, we must recognize that these emotions are within our control. We choose whether to be governed by them or to act with wisdom. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple truth is the cornerstone of Stoic thought. Criticism is inevitable, but our reaction is a choice. The Stoics encourage us to detach ourselves from the emotional weight of criticism and to view it objectively. Instead of seeing criticism as an attack, we can see it as feedback, an opportunity to assess our actions and grow stronger. Take a moment to think about someone you admire for their ability to handle criticism. They likely possess a calm demeanor, not because they aren't affected, but because they've trained themselves to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This is not about suppressing emotions, but about acknowledging them and choosing to act in a way that aligns with our values. Criticism can hurt, but it can also be the very thing that helps us grow. The Stoics also remind us that not all criticism is valid. We should evaluate the source and intent behind the words. Are they coming from a place of wisdom, or are they simply an expression of jealousy, ignorance, or malice? By considering the source, we can more easily separate valid criticism from unhelpful noise. This practice enables us to learn without being weighed down by negativity. However, even unkind criticism can be a mirror, revealing aspects of ourselves that need improvement. The Stoics encourage us to ask, "What can I learn from this?" The ability to turn criticism into a tool for self-improvement is one of the greatest skills we can develop. By embracing this mindset, we transform criticism from a potential threat into a powerful catalyst for change. As you navigate criticism in your own life, consider how your reaction reflects your commitment to growth. Are you allowing your emotions to dictate your response, or are you taking a moment to reflect and align your actions with your highest principles? Remember, criticism is not a judgment of who you are, but a moment to define who you are becoming. The Stoic approach teaches us that true peace lies in our ability to handle criticism with grace, introspection, and a willingness to learn. By cultivating this skill, we can remain grounded in the face of judgment and emerge wiser and more resilient. 7. How they behave under stress. Stress is inevitable. It's not a question of whether we will face it, but how we will respond when it arrives. The Stoic philosophers, who lived through wars, political turmoil, and personal hardships, understood the power of maintaining inner peace under pressure. They believe that our true character is revealed not in moments of ease, but in moments of stress. When life becomes chaotic, how do you respond? Do you panic, lash out, or freeze? Or do you stand firm, grounded in the principles of wisdom and self-control? Stoicism teaches us that how we behave under stress reflects our level of emotional mastery. It's easy to maintain composure when everything is going well, but the real test of strength lies in how we act when life throws us into turmoil. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is a cornerstone of Stoic thought. It tells us that external events, whether a difficult situation at work, a health crisis, or personal loss, are outside of our control. What we can control is our response. This is not to say that we should suppress our emotions, but rather we should acknowledge them and then choose how we act. Consider a time when you were under stress, perhaps at work or during a personal crisis. Did you find yourself reacting impulsively, allowing your emotions to drive your actions? Or did you take a step back, breathe deeply, and respond with clarity and patience? The Stoic approach encourages us to pause before reacting, to allow our rational minds to take control instead of being swept away by fear, anger, or anxiety. This kind of emotional regulation is not about being stoic in the sense of being cold or detached. It's about remaining calm in the storm, choosing to act with purpose rather than being controlled by the forces around us. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, wrote in his Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the challenges we face are not obstacles to be avoided, but growth opportunities. Stress, therefore, is not a burden. It's a chance to exercise our strength and resilience. When we face stress, we must ask ourselves, what can I learn from this situation? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? By viewing stress as a tool for self-improvement, we can shift our perspective from one of victimhood to one of empowerment. Stress becomes a teacher, not a tyrant. Ask yourself, how do you behave when stress knocks at your door? Do you run from it, or do you confront it with the inner calm of a Stoic? By applying Stoic principles in moments of tension, you not only navigate the immediate challenge, but also cultivate the inner peace that will carry you through life's many storms. As we face the stressors of modern life, let us remember that true strength lies not in avoiding difficulties, but in how we respond to them. The Stoic mindset teaches us that the challenges we face are opportunities to refine our character and grow in wisdom. By practicing emotional resilience, we can not only survive stress, we can thrive in the face of it. Now, after reflecting on these observations, it's time to turn the lens inward. How do you handle moments when no one is watching? How do you react to criticism, power, and stress? These are not just questions for others, they are invitations for you to examine your responses, your inner thoughts, and your true character. Stoicism teaches that real growth happens when we challenge ourselves to rise above our instincts, to choose reason over impulse, and to seek inner peace amidst chaos. Each of us faces challenges that reveal the depth of our character. And as we continue to develop, it's crucial to ask ourselves, am I living in alignment with my values? Am I growing stronger each day? These are the questions that, when answered with honesty, lead to profound transformation. So I ask you, how are you showing up in the world? What will your actions reveal about you when no one is looking? As we finish reflecting on these powerful insights, remember that the journey of self-awareness and personal growth is ongoing. Every decision and every reaction shapes our character. The Stoic way isn't about perfection, but about consistent progress toward being the best version of ourselves. If these thoughts resonated with you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Stoic Narratives Official. Together, we can continue to explore the depths of Stoicism and apply its timeless wisdom in our daily lives. May we all strive to live with integrity, peace, and purpose.